Alright guys, now we're going to check this pack after we've soaked it for about 5 minutes. Alright, I think we're going to start here with the top lid. Check it out, see how wet it got, and then check the main pocket straps area right there on top. So as you can see, I'm going to zoom in there. You got you got a little bit of coloration. You got a dark and a light green. Obviously, that dark green is where it did soak through. The light green is still that thin layer on the inside where it didn't get wet. But I also did not have like the whole top cover completely getting drenched on. I basically had it water falling down the front of the pack. Anywho, now we're gonna check the straps to the main pocket area. Everything there was pretty much dry. If you were in a downpour for a couple hours, the whole top piece would be wet. Now we're gonna enter the front access to the main pocket area. I did realize and felt that pocket, and it wasn't, or the flap, or whatever you want to call it, was moist, but it wasn't soaked, which is good. Now we're going to check the rest of the inside, the actual inside of the main compartment here. After I make several camera adjustments here. Alright, now check the bottom. There's another pull string section dividing it up from the main compartment and the bottom compartment. And I checked the sides. The sides were damp. They weren't soaked, although they didn't get full rain or full shower coverage. But the bottom there, what did get wet, but not soaked. As you should be able to see here, there's a little bit of a shiny dark green areas, and those are obviously where it got wet. As you see there, and then you got a little bit of a light. The light is where it's dry. Alright, now I'm going to check this. There's a back storage area. Checked all the way down. It was completely dry until the very bottom. But then again, there wasn't hardly any water that got on the back of the pack where the straps are, because I didn't do full coverage. Now we're going down to the actual bottom compartment area, and I noticed again the flap was not completely soaked. But here in a minute, as you see, what I'm pointing out is a big surprise. The bottom of the pack was pretty fucking soaked. It didn't have pools of water in there, but as you see, that's pretty damn wet. Like I said, again, the front there, you can tell it's not very wet, which is a surprise. But yeah, you see that little bit of water is sitting there, slightly starting to pool up. But other than that, at this point, I think I'm going to rate just the waterproofing or water resistance of the pack. And my conclusion is that I was going to give it at least a 3.5 stars out of 5. Just because of the fact it did get wet. You didn't really see good repellency of like where the water would beat up in the previous part of this video. But before I go to that, I wanted to check. I flipped it upside down here. You've seen some water pour out. That was from the little pockets for your your water carriers or whatever you want to put in there. I just wanted to flip it over here and check the kidney straps or cummerbund or whatever you want to call it. When I checked in there, it was pretty wet. I didn't notice that the foam got soaked, but depending on the situation, it probably would have. Um, but yeah, I mean, what I would do is I would just basically go get a few cans of your favorite water repellent spray or something, and well, cover it up with the spray. So that's what I would do.
Alright guys, if you like that video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the videos. I really want to see if you guys can give me, at least 50 subscribers, and just totally destroy that like button for me.